for stuff like that. But it's not something I've ever been like, oh yeah, this and that happened. I've always said, nah, nothing didn't happen.
Girl, top shot girl, people more than dirty one rock that way.
Every time Jay-Z's name comes up in celebrity circles, it seems like we're hearing about another episode that paints him as a bit of a monster. In fact, some are starting to think he's crossing into supervillain territory with how he allegedly ends other artists' careers just because he can. After all, he's one of the most powerful men in hip-hop, and it's within his power to destroy anyone he doesn't like. And guess who recently came forward? He was the victim of Jay's treatment. None the other Shawn Paul is dishing out some serious tea about how Jay-Z allegedly put an end to his career over rumors of him getting too close to Beyoncé.
You know, the environment humbles you, bro.
We all know Jay-Z's reputation for being fiercely protective and jealous when it comes to Queen Bee. According to Shawn Paul, Jay-Z's jealousy hit new heights when rumors started swirling about him and the R&B queen. Remember those headlines back in the days? It could have been a steaming romance between two singers, but Shawn Paul stated that Beyoncé was never too pleased with the rumors, and she once warned the Jamaican artist that they create a negative image of her in the press. She was angry and was like, I need to speak to you. So we go back and talk, and she's like, what's all these rumors about? And I'm like, yo, I'm not saying stuff. And she's like, these rumors F with my career. I just want you to know that. I was like, they don't F with mine. Of course, B wanted to play a perfect wife for her mighty husband, and apparently Jay-Z himself wasn't too pleased with leaving these two together alone and made sure Shawn Paul was blacklisted from the industry because of it.
It feel like almost slightly disrespectful to the artist and the producer, like.
But to understand what Jay-Z had done to tank Shawn Paul's rising career, let's dive into the backstory of the whole Shawn and B's alleged romance. So you probably know that Baby Boy was a track from Beyoncé's debut solo album, Dangerously in Love, and it's still a big hit, even 20 plus years after. It spent more time at #1 than Crazy in Love, the song she did with her husband, Jay-Z. Fans went wild after watching the video clip, and this is probably when the rumors that Shawn Paul and Beyoncé were more than just collaborators started. Shawn has always denied these rumors, but that didn't stop Jay-Z from allegedly pulling strings to sabotage him.
I've never really had that big of a relationship with either of them.
In a recent interview, Shawn Paul spilled the tea on how it all unfolded, painting a picture worse than anyone imagined. Despite the song's success, Jay-Z reportedly only allowed Shawn Paul to perform it with his wife 3 times. As the Jamaican singer confessed in one of the interviews, yeah, so we only performed the song 3 times together, ever. And even those performances didn't go smoothly. Rumors had it out of those 3 times Jay-Z found ways to mess with Shawn. Although strange things happening during live performances, even Shawn Paul cannot explain the sudden curse other than Jay-Z's actions. Up to this day, he still believes that it was deliberate sabotage aimed at making his disappear from the spotlight next to Queen Bee.
When I got there the night before the video shoot, I was told I'm not in any.
That first performance of Baby Boy was the initial clue that Jay-Z disliked the song. You don't need to be smart to read Jay's face during the performance. Shawn Paul claimed that every time he performed Baby Boy with B, Jay-Z would follow with Crazy in Love, just to show who's the man in the house. At the time, we were both on the rock, the Mick Tour. This was 2003. She wasn't on it every day, but she would come on certain dates and do the song Crazy in Love with Jay-Z, recalled Shawn Paul the nightmarish experience of Jay hovering over his wife. Suspicion arose when Shawn Paul's performances frequently encountered technical issues that never seemed to affect Beyoncé's parts of the song, and were always resolved before Jay-Z took the stage to perform. A sudden glitch that happens with his mic all the time. Shawn quickly detected foul play.
Just being facing life with all its adversities and having no fear.
Apparently, the never-ending problems that the singer experienced were clues for him to know his place, as if someone was hinting that it's not next to Beyoncé. Despite creating a big hit together, Shawn and B went to perform Baby Boy separately, for much disappointment of many fans. As one person commented, I feel bad for Shawn Paul because he is so talented, much more than Jay-Z emo. And another user added, Jay-Z was playing Beyoncé against Shawn Paul and he sabotaged Shawn Paul's performances. And folks, in case you don't know the whole story, Shawn Paul recounted a particularly strange incident that happened in LAD during his solo show, when he joined Beyoncé to perform their hit song. Someone had his mic cut off, but here's the big mystery. It somehow affected only him and not B.
Complicated thing because, you know, she is with Jay-Z. I get it. It's got to be like, it had to be kind of frustrating to dealing with.
To highlight Jay-Z's influence, Shawn Paul also shared a bad experience from a performance in Scotland. Initially, he didn't even blame Jay because he was absent from that show. It couldn't be because he wasn't even there, but people started to say this stuff. But you know these powerful figures, they have inside men everywhere to do the dirty job for them. And here's what happened. They rehearsed without issues, but during the actual performance, his part in the song malfunctioned, repeating Baby Boy, You Stay on Loop. After the show, it got even worse. B stormed into his room and accused him of fueling rumors about their romance, saying it was messing with her image of a perfect wife.
Putting your personal life or exploiting your personal life as entertainment.
Apparently, this was the moment when Shawn Paul realized who was messing with his career in return. I mean, B had her share of controversies because of her wild alter ego she lets out when on stage. She even gave that lady a name, Sasha Fierce. Sasha Fierce is the fun, more sensual, more aggressive, more outspoken side, and more glamorous side that comes out when I'm working and when I'm on the stage. I mean, the Carters have a creepy family dynamics, and despite both of them openly sleeping around with everyone knowing about it, they still try to play this inseparable couple deeply in love. So somewhere in these games, poor Shawn Paul became the target, and Jay made everything possible to kick this man to the curb. It's quite hypocritical that Jay-Z would get so upset over rumors, especially considering his own history of infidelity. According to Shawn Paul, Jay-Z reacted negatively and didn't even want to meet the man to have a real chat.
Jay-Z was uncomfortable with you being around Beyonce because I mean,
I've never spoken to him about that.
Instead, he simply forbade Beyoncé from performing with Shawn Paul, despite their plans and agreements between their managing teams to make a series of mutual appearances. As the Jamaican singer recalled, we were supposed to do at the VMAs, and she said to me, we're gonna have rehearsal, so look out. The day before the VMAs happens, there's this press day where you speak to every radio station, and I'm hearing somebody rehearsing Baby Boy. So I'm like, what's going on? We went to the label and they were like, yo, they're not gonna do the song with you. So during the show, the Jamaican singer had to sit in the audience while Beyonce performed their song all alone. Apparently, it was done to humiliate Shawn in front of everyone because many folks were looking for him in the crowd to see how he reacts to such a display of power in the music industry.
It's a very surreal moment. However,
and he didn't take it lightly. Feeling hurt and sidelined, Shawn decided to play by his own rules. The next day, he was scheduled to perform Baby Boy with Beyoncé in Washington, D.C. for some VIP guests. However, he was still upset about the VMAs snub and refused to participate in the event. They were like, there are 3,000 influential people waiting out there for you to do it. And I was like, there were 50 million people watching the VMAs. I'm not doing it. And I left. This act of defiance reportedly made Jay-Z furious, leading to Shawn Paul being directly blacklisted. Now, looking back at his career and thinking what might have gone wrong, Shawn finds no other explanation than to allege that Jay-Z spread false rumors about him within the industry and used his influence to stop people from working with him.
it was nuts to me. I never expected that at all.
Jay-Z's actions seem to stem from jealousy and a need to control, affecting both Shawn Paul's career and Beyoncé's professional relationships. As many folks on social media believe, when more truth about his shady dealings comes to light, Jay would share the fate of his pal Diddy. As one person commented, Jay-Z is a snake and he'll go down just like Diddy. And another user added, I used to wonder back in the days why she didn't do many features after going solo. Probably was because of Jay. Well, we've all heard about Jay's insecurity, and we get Beyoncé doesn't have the most pristine reputation in the music industry inner circle. But folks, what do you think about all this? Is Jay really jealous of their man approaching B, so he sabotages their career as revenge? And Shawn Paul the victim of his actions? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check my other videos.